Hey everybody, wow, it's been a while. I've been sick as a dog, and that wasn't me saying that I was sick while also being a dog. I was sick as a dog. That's, I think, a saying that you guys have in English, which I don't really know where that comes from, because are dogs sick often? I guess they eat a lot and then throw up, but I don't even know. I'm not necessarily sure when it comes to that. Please fill me in if you know, but for the time being, let's focus on Rogue Legacy and what we got going on right here. It's certainly been over a week since I last played just because of that stupid sickness. Jesus, I always hate when I'm sick. It's terrible. It's been a while, but it finally came back. I mean, finally is not the word that I should be using there, but it came back and I had to suffer because of it. And now I'm just super happy that it's over and I can go back and play some more games, because I mean it has really been a while since I last played a game too. So, Rogue Legacy, I think I actually tried recording like at the beginning of feeling really terrible. And yeah, I think I did like a recording, and then just at the end, after like going back, editing it and watching it, I was like, fuck, no, that was horrible. I just wasn't in the mood when recording that. So I think we are a few levels higher now, and I have some different equipment and stuff like that. And while now jumping back into the castle and just trying out some different things and gathering some gold, I'm gonna try to think of what I else did during that failed recording session. Let's see. I believe I spent a lot of time dealing with the miner or the spelunker. That would be the case if I had upgraded him, but I don't really remember. And I possibly gathered a shit ton of gold. I believe it's, yeah, specifically with one run I actually did get a lot. And then also got some other stuff, like maybe a gold gain. That would at least be smart, or would have been smart, I guess. And now I am an archmage. Now, I guess it's somewhat debatable whether that was smart when I picked him, but maybe there wasn't a better option at the time, so we'll just have to stick with what we have right here. But I do really like how I'm getting like 14 gold. I really must have upgraded the gold gain a lot, so we'll just see where this can now take us. Of course, I don't really like the archmage for the fighting, and I mean, that's gonna be fine while we're in the castle, but once we get to like the Maya and stuff like that, it's probably gonna suck quite a bit with this character. But I mean, it's just gonna be a pretty standard farming run for the time being here, I would imagine. Now, in the last actual episode, probably fought the guy for the first time, right? Like the Herodotus dude. Was that the one? See, I'm now all mixed up because of those recording sessions that never actually turn into episodes, but I believe so, right? I believe that was the episode where we then fought the slime for the first time, and I believe I also tried him a few more times during those recording sessions and failed. I mean, that is certainly how that ended for me, but I kind of found out a few things. I found out that vampirism is just not a thing that I want to do, because you don't get too many archmages, and the slimes they just don't give you any HP to begin with, so you would have to get that vampirism stuff from the archmages, which, since there aren't too many of them, why even bother? So I'm not gonna go for any blood equipment whatsoever. Instead, I'm gonna try to focus on having high damage output, and also probably picking a character that has a lot of HP, because that way I can probably last long enough and also deal enough damage, because you need to really deal damage with that fucking slime boss fight. Like the first few hits, like the first like bigger slimes, they go down in like 3 hits, right? But once they're down to the smaller ones, those fuckers actually take like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 maybe. That is just me throwing out a number. I don't really know, but I think it felt like it was something along the lines of that. So damage is certainly important. Maybe like the most important it's ever been. Oh my god, okay, come on, we can dodge all those. We've dodged those before. We can also use some spells if we feel like it. There we go, pretty good. And yeah, that is more or less it. That is more or less all I wanted to say. I would figure, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I can still think of something that I wanted to bring up here, but for the most part, that was everything that I did in those recording sessions, and also some of the thoughts as a result of those recording sessions. Right, so also I watched a whole crap ton of movies. Maybe that is something we can talk about for a second at least. Don't want to focus on those too much, of course, but I've said it before, I do watch a lot of movies, and I feel like this is a good place to share some of those experiences as well. It also just is a nice little thing to throw in to, yeah, fill some dead space in, in the commentary. So what have I been watching? Now I need to really think about this since it's, oh my god, been such a long time since we last talked. But I think at the time I was talking about how I was gonna see 22 Jump Street and this and that, and yeah, I've seen that now. I've seen How to Train Your Dragon 2. I've seen freaking Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Saw it last night actually, after finally feeling a little bit better. And yeah, all those movies really fantastic. The best one probably the Planet of the Apes one. Let's see. Let's maybe rank them. So those three movies, I would say, yeah, right. Planet of the Apes, probably the best one out of those three. Then I would almost have to say How to Train Your Dragon, but I still really liked 22 Jump Street. So all really good, but I think that would be the order that I'd have to put them in. So certainly recommend all of those. Then I watched like the first 5 Harry Potter movies, and this is all a while ago, right? This is like freaking 2 weeks ago or something like that. But yeah, I watched all that stuff, and also those I'm really enjoying. I still have yet to see the last 2. I think I've talked about it before that I've never watched past the 4th one, like initially. Now I of course have seen the first 5, but I have yet to see the, what is it even? What are they called again? Of course I have the German Blu-ray box. I don't know what the heck the last 2 are called. I've watched them all in English, of course. At least the first 5. So not having watched the last 2, I don't know what the heck they're called. Wait, 6 movies. I've watched 6 Harry Potter movies, right? Because there's 8. There's 7 books, and then there's 8 movies. So yeah, in fact, I've watched 6 freaking Harry Potter movies. That is just bonkers right now. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Watching so many movies. I've watched Taken 2 just because it was on TV, and I was sick, so I didn't feel like watching a movie where I'd actually have to think about anything, so I figured why not just watch Liam Neeson kill like 200 people because he wants to save his family for the second time in like, I don't know, 2 years or whatever. Pretty nuts. It was somewhat enjoyable, but also just not a good movie, right? It is just a stupid, mindless thing that you can watch. I wouldn't blame anybody for watching it, but there's just not a lot of value to it, I would say. Kind of funny too, because in the movie, I don't want to spoil anything, but of course I don't think that you can really spoil Taken 2 because it's just Liam Neeson killing a bunch of guys. But they are in, like, I don't even know where they are. Where are they even? Are they in Istanbul? It might be, whatever. Yeah, so they're there, him and his family, and his daughter, like, beforehand, before they go there, you find out that she doesn't have a driver's license. So, and then, while in Istanbul, or whatever that city is, they are then caught up in like a car chase. So she actually has to drive, and she does a good job and blah blah blah. And while that was happening, I was thinking, wow, I bet they're gonna put like a stupid driver's test scene at the end of the movie. That would be so cheesy. I would really hate that. And guess what they did? Put a cheesy ass driver's license scene where she gets it and gets like a perfect score and stuff like that. It was really dumb, but whatever. Not like I was expecting much from that movie to begin with. So let's pick the paladin. I think that is the only one that is of some use here. And now let's think about this stuff. So, is there anything that we can buy that would add damage? This would add 12. Would add 12 armor. That is awfully nice. 18 armor here, but also would reduce health, which I don't know if I like that too much. And what do we have here? Nope. A cape? Nope. So it's more or less only that sword, right? Or maybe even the helmet. That would also be an option here. Also adds mana. I mean, that is pretty nice as well. But I can't. Neither of them. Kind of sucks, but alright. Whatever. Let's now probably get the damage upgrade. But I'm also the paladin, so I don't want to go and fight the boss yet. This costs all the money. There's also like a potions up thing that I got, I think, which actually improves both potions and meat. So it's not just the mana, it's also the HP upgrades that benefit from this. But not a lot, you know. And also, when am I going to use that? Like, that is mainly good for farming runs. I would say, yeah. So it's either health. It could also be equip up, and then I could get the crazy stuff. Plus 10 weight. Like, this already would allow me to equip one of those things here. So, for example, this helmet. Of course, I actually do happen to have all that stuff available as well. That is actually pretty nuts. So did I equip that now? It looks like I did. I would imagine. All right, there we go. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I think I'm gonna try to go back in again and find the slime. Right? Find him and then just, I don't know, die with this character and hope that I'm gonna get like a barbarian king or queen with the next run that I get. And then just challenge the boss and then end the episode after that. After either defeating or losing against that guy for the, I don't know how many times I've fought him by now, but it's certainly been quite a bit. Jesus, what the heck is happening here? Right, I can do this. There's a treasure at the bottom, so I absolutely do want to spend the time doing this. I mean, it doesn't really help me with my main goal, reaching the boss, but hey, sometimes you just have to focus on some other things, like getting the gold, like the very, very little amount of gold that it is in here. God damn it. Alright. But we have to go down. It's still the land of darkness, unfortunately. I'm so looking forward to just ending that. Like, not having to go back there would be fantastic. I don't like that teleporter. And, yeah, I hope that's gonna be soon, right? And then if we do that, if we freaking defeat his ass, you know what that means. That means that pretty soon we'll have the final boss of the game to deal with. And I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like I don't think there's an area leading up to that. So that shit's gonna happen pretty quick at that point. I mean, we're probably gonna have to do some farming runs before we are then able to defeat him, but it's kind of nice to know that we've then exhausted the castle and all its areas. There's not gonna be any crap that's gonna then kill us like 50 times before we get to it. It's just gonna be the boss that's then killing us, which I don't think is better necessarily, but it's it's different, you know. I don't really mind dying to the boss necessarily because you're big back there pretty quickly. So yeah, we'll just have to see. And then also we don't know what he's gonna look like. I would imagine him to be like a king. Is it even the king? I don't even know. Like story-wise, I still don't know what the shit we're doing here. Like there's a guy there. There's like the father that we wanna. I don't even know. Are we killing our father in the end? Is that how this is going? Is this like a Star Wars reference that I'm not picking up on? I'm not exactly sure. All I know is the freaking land of darkness is nowhere to be found. I mean, Jesus, we've ventured pretty far to the right, and there has not been a way for us to go down. Maybe now. Maybe now. Finally. Yeah, there's certainly one down. That is so good to see. Right. And I'm gonna do that immediately. Oh god, okay. You know, sometimes I'm thinking maybe I should like do more like cliche German stuff. Like really, I don't know. Now I can't think of the words that I like really just profit on that, right? On being German and really just giving you like the cliche German that everybody likes to think of when thinking of Germans, and I know we all like to think of Germans. So I don't know. I don't know if my channel would be doing better at that point, but sometimes I don't know. I just get to giggle a little bit because I just like to think of what it would be like if I actually did that kind of stuff. Like I would be shouting and then saying Scheiße and stuff like that, and I would really just mispronounce words left and right, which is pretty much what I'm doing here anyway, but it's not quite there, you know. So, no, we're not doing that. Like, I'm not necessarily embracing the German as much as some people would like. Right. So, don't like the fairy chest objectives. Absolutely do not whatsoever. What we want to do here, just to remind you real quick, we want to get to the boss. So we're taking very, very little risks. And we're just fighting the boss, right? That is all that we're doing. And I guess defeating all enemies could be... Oh. And it's absolutely not. Can I shoot through? No, I can't. Alright, that answers all those questions. What we're now gonna do is just head back and hopefully find it pretty soon. Hopefully it's not down in like the very last corner of all of this stuff. So it's either to the left or just down. I think, oh my god, down I prefer. I thought. I don't anymore because there's like eyes and there's the big guy. It's not too bad though. Yeah, there we go. That was actually fairly easy. Good lord, okay, then we are just gonna hop down. Kind of immediately turn around, I would say, just to see what's now over here. There needs to be like a secret thing. Is there not? I mean, I don't see myself like jumping down anywhere. Maybe there's just nothing here then. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, hop down, immediately head to the right. Really dislike this room. But we're out. Just gonna grab that last gold there. Alright, wail on all these guys. Maybe do some spellage. Which is not a word, by the way. But I don't know. I like putting edge at the end of other stuff. Right, come on. Also, oh yeah, totally, what I still also wanted to mention, that is something that is super exciting for probably a few of you. Since we last talked, Rogue Legacy has been released for all PlayStation systems, essentially. You can get it for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation Vita now, and it's also a cross-buy thing, so this is not going well. Oh my god. What the heck, you person? Can I get through here without dying? Oh my goodness. Please give me the boss room. How the fuck are you not giving me the boss room, goddammit? Oh, there we go. So lucky. Alright. But yeah, it's also cross-buy, so you only have to pay once and you get it for all the systems, which is fantastic. I would get that if I, like, didn't have this already. But I do, so I don't really see the point in spending that money. I guess I would if I really insisted on having it mobile, which is probably the best thing about that as well, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of done with it after this playthrough, I would say. But it's a fantastic game, and if you, yeah, fancy playing it, that is probably the best place to pick it up on now, because it has all the PC updates, I think, and also some exclusive stuff that I'm not 100% sure about. But from what I've heard so far, supposedly really good. Now, we're probably gonna die here. Now, I'm also not necessarily too mad about that, and we are in fact gonna die here. Because of course we have found that boss room and I can now absolutely teleport back there. Which I'm probably only gonna do if I actually get a barbarian something. And I don't. Which kind of now doesn't make a lot, like, that doesn't make a lot of sense, you know. I'm gonna probably just pick the paladin and go there regardless, but I really would have preferred a barbarian king. Now, should I once again upgrade the attack up? Is that stupid at this point? Or crit chance? Crit chance is always freaking amazing as well. Like, if you have a high crit chance, shit's crazy. Alright, whatever. We just did that. I don't know if that was good. We also grabbed some new stuff, it seems. Let's check it out. Oh my god, plus 10 armor. This is the best thing ever. We'll get that eventually, I guess. But alright. Now, let's not forget to lock it down. And yeah, I'm gonna try the boss one time. I don't think it's gonna work because I don't think I have the health that I need for that, because you need crazy health. Really significant amount of health. And that is really just not what we have with the paladin, so probably gonna die, but I mean, that's at the very least then good practice. Right, and then I can end it, and then I can stop friggin' stumbling over my words. Jesus. But I mean, I do have somewhat of a reason for that. It's been a week since I last did this, so cut me some slack. Now, I hate the frickin' fight, you know. I mean, we can frickin', like, we can do all kinds of stuff here. We can spell and archmage and stuff like that. That was a critical hit. See, that was probably just because I upgraded the crit chance like an asshole. And here's the chicken leg. Felt like I should specify that it was just a leg, not a chicken. Which can also happen in the game. You can also find a full-on chicken. But I believe that depends on a trade. Now, not doing what I should be doing. And what I should be doing is being really defensive with all this stuff, right? I should really be paying a lot of attention to my health. And I'm not doing that whatsoever. And I'm probably going to die because of that pretty soon here. But I just figured, let's try to see how much damage we can do by being aggressive, and I've realized not enough. And that was a horrible attempt, and I do want to apologize for it. But at the same time, I think we learned that I just need to be a lot more focused when I try that. Also, probably I was just a little bummed that I didn't have the barbarian for that. But anyway, guys, I do want to thank you very much for watching at this point. Next time, probably gonna jump back in as soon as we find the barbarian king, and if we don't, we're just gonna do some more leveling up and talking about all kinds of stuff that I at that point then think of. So if you enjoyed this episode, consider leaving a like and doing similar stuff. It always helps out, but I never say that, so do whatever you want. Like, basically. There we go. Bye.